Je vais faire des petites vidéos régulièrement pour parler de la situation que je vis et des problèmes que je rencontre, qui ne sont pas des problèmes aussi rares que ce qu'on croit. Donc je vais porter témoignage ici. J'espère que ces vidéos vous toucheront, vous apprendront des choses et que vous les partagerez. Je vais les faire en anglais car le problème qui m'occupe depuis 2 ans et depuis quelques années auparavant, puisque la relation qui a amené était extrêmement difficile en amont. I'm posting that video, it's the first one, and I will do others about the problem that I'm facing for 2 years now. More than 2 years, because the relationship will lead to that problem, to that situation, happened years before, began years before. So the problem is that I am forcibly separated from my 2 little kids, Lola, who is 7 years old, and Marcel, who is now 4 years old. They were 5 and 2 when have been arrested, sent to psychiatric emergency for to check my mental health for one night, then in custody the police station for 1 day and a half, then in immigration prison. We have beautiful administrative names for those prisons in France, as and like in Canada, and I've been 4 days in that prison for migrants, and there have been judged in half an hour, I think, in video, by video call, judged to be expelled and banned for 1 year from Canada, where my 2 kids and I were living with their mother. We were not living together, we were still already separated, but we were living on the same property. For 2 years I haven't seen my kids because their mother refused to come in France with them. I have to say, first of all, that my kids are French, first of all. They are both born in France. The first one, Lola, who is 7 now, spent first 4 years and a half in France, and Marcel spent his first year in France. So they're both French, first of all, and they're also Canadian because their mother is Canadian. And we went to live there after a marriage, very difficult, and I couldn't find another way to support my wife in struggles than to go to Canada to live, and she refused that for a moment, for 1 year and a half, and then when the COVID madness happened, she decided that it was the right moment to go back to Canada. So we went there and we set up there, but we didn't do my papers. I thought I misunderstood the Canada official website. I thought that my partner, my wife, my spouse, needed to have a certain amount of income to sponsor me. And she never denies it, and she said that she looked for it online, and that she understood the same thing than me. But afterwards, according to what happened after that, I can say that I believe it, and I can say I don't believe it. I just don't know what she really did. I just know what she finally said. So we never do my sponsorship, and I didn't have papers. After 6 months there, I separated. We continued to live on the same property. It was not easy. At the end, we began to get closer together and to have very seemingly good and deep conversation together. But after a moment where I really stressed out about her not answering to me about things that was really triggering for me, I lost my temper and I shouted and said, "Okay, you're egoist, and I should have let you die in France," because she threatened me with suicide every time I was talking about separation or change the way we were living together while we were in France for the last 2 years. So referring to that, I told her that I should have let her die in France, better than come here to live that shit. And I said to her, "You will have to take care of the kids, because I will go away from here and I will find another place to live." So I went to take my suitcase, and while I was putting that in the car, really roughly, she called the cops, and it was the second time she called the cops, and she made me arrested. So next time I will tell you what was the first time she called the cops and what it was about, and I will tell you in another episode how she used the children protection services to ensure and strength position of responsibility toward our kids after having me expelled and banned from Canada. So I haven't seen my kids for 2 years. I was really close to them. I was a father extremely present in their daily life. I was doing everything for them. I was the first one to clean, to cook, to care, to soothe, and I was there all the time, mostly, and so the situation is extremely painful for me. Sometimes I'm really close to just do things would be irreparable, and yeah, it's extremely difficult, and I'm really struggling, and I'm really fighting to keep a relationship with my kids by video calls, and to stay in touch with them, and to find a way to the bond we have together. But the bond is damaged, and my ex is doing a lot of things around our calls and during our calls, and around the situation are really damaging for the kids and our relationship. Thank you for listening, and let's talk to you. I will talk to you soon again. Thank you. Take care.